Jai Ganga. Welcome to the third day of our yoga session at Parmarth Niketan, Rishikesh. And today we have the good fortune and the blessing of sitting by Gangaji. In Rishikesh, the greatest aspect of yoga is personified by Maa Ganga. She embodies that flow of yoga that is continuous, that is, as we say, nirantarya. It's unbroken for a very long period of time. She also personifies, she also embodies how the rishis and the saints and the sages and the gurus and the yogis and the masters have given us this gift of yoga, and how that gift of yoga keeps giving, keeps spreading, keeps sharing health, wellness, happiness with everyone. So with that, let us begin our practice. And today just a recap of last class, we focused more on loosening practices, and we focused on how do we improve our posture. Yes? When we're sitting, we sit kind of with a hunch most of the time, on our phones. And to really bring in that, bringing the shoulders back, pushing our sternum forward, and having a nice, beautiful posture. Because once your posture is improved, what happens is your breathing, your capacity to breathe improves. And so we practiced that last time, as well as asana practices as well. And so let's begin our practice with how do we incorporate loosening practices into our asana, and we'll practice Surya Namaskar as well today. Yes? So let's begin with just simple rounding exercises, what we call Sufi grinding. But we're really churning, I would say like churning. When you say Samudra Manthan, it's the only person that we need to churn is ourselves. So as we go, taking a deep breath in, practicing our Ujjayi breathing, and then exhaling out, going back. Breathing in, and then exhaling out, going back. Breathing in, and exhaling out, going back. And this time, as you come to the left side, reverse the rotation. Coming in. And be mindful of the spine, yes? As you are moving, just kind of really bring spaciousness into the spine. Be mindful of the lower back, releasing any tension in the lower back. The breath stays the same. You're breathing in as you're coming forward, and then exhaling out as you go back. You can hold a nice Sukhasana if you would like. You can also do a Padmasana. But just because we're starting off, we're starting with Sukhasana. And last one, coming back to center. Come back. I mentioned how important the spine is to our practice, yes? All the time our spine is like this. And so really bringing awareness to that spine. So we're going to take our hands from our knees and then bring it in towards the hips. Open out, look up. And then exhale out, hands to our ankles, chin to our chest. Gently curving the back. Breathe in and exhale out. In, out. In, out. Part of a good loosening practice of Sukshma Vyayam is really being mindful of the spine. So much of our sedentary lifestyles have rendered it very inflexible and very static. And so when we breathe in, we kind of bring awareness to the spine, but also remember to stimulate our central nervous system, because the spine is really the channel through which all of the tributaries and messages get sent to the rest of the body. Rest, release. We're going to bring our fingers down onto the ground. We practiced this yesterday. We're going to breathe in, bring our right hand up, bring the palm up, bring it all the way up to the right ear, and then keep the left hand down and exhale out either this way, or if you are able to keep your hips and your buttocks on the ground, you can bend and breathe in, hold, look up at the right hand, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathing in, coming up, stretching up, exhale, 2, 3, breathe in, bring the left hand up, bring the palms up, breathe in, stretch up, exhale out to the right side. And this time either this way or bending the elbow and stretching through, looking up at the left palm, hold and breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathing in, reaching up, rising up, lifting up, exhale, 2, 3. Yeah? Yoga is Anushasana, Atha Yoga Anushasanam. When we practice with discipline. So how we get in and get out is really important of our postures. So breathing in, reaching up, exhale out, twisting back, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathing in. A beautiful blessing to look back at Gangaji. Yeah, and as you twist and look back, try not to put the weight of the body on the back hand. Try to stay with the weight of the body on the buttocks. 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in, rising up, lifting up. Exhale. Yes, we said Jadu Ki Chappi to ourselves. Giving ourselves a nice strong hug. And release. Yes, our practice is mostly for youth today. How important it is to realize through yoga how blessed we are that our breath is moving, our heart is beating, we are alive. And so thank you, God, for ensuring that this body is alive, is functioning. And when we give ourselves a hug, we thank ourselves for coming onto the mat, for doing our practice, for walking on the path of yoga. Because to say any step on the path of yoga is never wasted. So bring our toes together, heels apart, and come down into Balasana. Rest in Balasana for a moment. Try to bring the hips down as much as possible. Bring the forehead down onto the ground. Breathe in and out. Breathing in, come up. What we're going to do is we're going to keep our hips hip distance apart and bring our hands our elbows to our knees, and then from the tip of our fingers, one hand up. Yeah, measuring the distance. Coming up onto our hands and our feet, so our knees are just under the hips, our hands are just under the shoulders. Got a nice 90-degree angle. Yes, and we're going to breathe in, lifting up, rising up, and then as you exhale out, lift your navel center, drop the head, drop the tailbone. Breathing in, exhale out. In cat-cow, you can also kind of bring the upper body around in a circular movement. Reverse the rotation. And a circular movement means you bring the chest up and down and really kind of work into the back. Or you can form a figure 8 with the body. Yeah. And the idea is just to get comfortable in the spine, work into the back. Okay? I'm going to come back down into Balasana. Extending the fingertips as far forward as you can, stretching, keeping the forehead down onto the ground. Breathe. None of the postures that we practice are static. Means they are static in nature in terms of you're holding the posture. But once you hold the posture, try to see if you can stretch your fingertips a little bit more. And then from here, we're going to bring the hips and the chest forward into Cobra. Just exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Curl the toes. Lift the hips into mountain. Generally in mountain, most people are not able to bring the heels down onto the ground. So what we're going to do is gently just walk our knees in one at a time. You can look in between the palms and push the chest closer to your knees. And then bend one of the knees and bring the alternate heel onto the ground. And just keep walking into the back of the legs. Deep Ujjayi breathing here. It's really important to keep the spine straight. I mean, generally the tendency is we try to bring the heels down, the spine curves a lot. And so gently, just kind of, even if the knees have to be bent a little bit, keeping our chest close to our knees, straightening out, and then gently bringing the heels down, opening up the back of the legs. If your heels are already down, just push your chest closer to your knees. Breathe deep Ujjayi breaths. Parvatasana, beautiful, stable, grounding posture. Activating the root chakra. Breathing in to the navel center. Breathe in, bring the right foot in between the hands. Bring the left foot in between the hands. And here we're going to bring the hips down. And again, just work into the back of the legs. Exhale out. Breathing in. Exhale out. Stay shoulder distance apart. Grab a hold of the elbows and gently just sway from side to side. Again, opening up the back of the legs, the lower back. And then release the hands. Breathe in. Rising up, lifting up. Exhale, hands to heart center. That was one half of a Surya Namaskar. We'll practice on the left side. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Exhale out. Forward fold. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Eventually you want to straighten out and bring the tailbone up here. But for most of us, it's much easier to start with the knees bent to keep the spine kind of straight. Bring the left foot back. Ashram, both hands on the ground. Both feet go back. Knees, chest. Exhale out. Staying with the breath. And walking into the back of the legs. Parvatasana, deep breathing, deep Ujjayi breathing. Bring the left foot in between the hands. Ashram, right foot. Hasta Uttanasana. Exhale. Pura Hasta Uttanasana. Reach all the way. Padhastasana. Pura, right foot goes back. Ashram, both hands on the ground. Reach Santulit Asana. Knees, chest, chin. Pura. Rechak. Pura, bringing the right foot all the way up, swinging it all the way in. Rechak. Pura. Rechak. Pura. Rechak. Left foot goes back. Pura. Rechak. Kumbha. Rechak. This time bringing the left foot up, swinging it all the way in. Pura. Rechak. Pura. Rechak. Bringing the hands out to the side. Just for a moment, closing your eyes. Noticing any changes in the breath. Any sensations in the body. Breathe in, rising up, lifting up. Exhale all the way down. Right foot goes back. Ashram. Bring the right foot down at a 45-degree angle. Yes, so the sole of the feet is fully on the ground. The left knee stays at a 90-degree angle. And we're going to breathe into warrior. Breathe into warrior. Try to make the thighs parallel to the ground as much as possible. Deep Ujjayi breathing here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way down. Bring the left foot back. Bring your knees down. Come down into Balasana. Rest for a moment. Breathing in. Curl the toes. Exhale out into Parmarth. Again, walk into the back of the legs if you need to. Otherwise, just push the chest closer to your knees. And breathe. And bring the right foot up. Swing it all the way in. And this time, extend the right knee. Extend the right knee. Hold and breathe. Bend the right knee. Extend the right knee. Hold and breathe. Bend the right knee. Bring the left foot forward. Bring the hips down. Breathe in. Come up. Exhale out. Hands to heart center. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Exhale all the way down. Left foot goes back. Bring the left foot down at a 45-degree angle. Keep the right knee bent at a 90. Breathing in. Adjust. Breathing in. Hold. 2. Keep breathing here. 4. 5. 6. Exhale all the way down. Foot goes back. Bring the knees down. Rest in Balasana. Just catch the breath here. Bring your awareness to the navel center. Imagine that you are just here on the banks of Maa Ganga. Relax. Breathing into Cobra. Exhale out to Mountain. Working into the back of the legs. Pushing the chest closer to your knees, looking in between the hands, deep Ujjayi breathing. Breathing, bringing the left foot up, swinging it all the way in. Extending the left knee, bringing your nose to the knee. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Bend the knee. Bring the right foot to meet the left. Exhale, releasing tension. Breathing out. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Exhale down, keeping the hands and the head together. Hold here, keeping that chest open, keeping the spine at a 90-degree angle. If you need to bend your knees, and hold and breathe here. So it's a forward fold, but with greater awareness and slight modification in terms of bringing the 90-degree angle. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Bend the knees. Come down into cross-legged seated Dandasana. In Dandasana, going to bring our hands bring our feet. So in Dandasana, we're going to bring the right foot, if you are able, to bring the right foot over and above the left thigh. And then bring the left foot over and above the right. So Padmasana. And if it's not possible to sit with both of the legs, you can do one leg at a time. This is Ardha Padmasana. Yes? And if it's not possible to do either, then you can sit in just Sukhasana. Recipe, all three options are available. So sitting in Padmasana, for example, we're going to bring our fingertips. Actually, sitting in Padmasana, we're going to end with Yog Mudra. Taking the right hand, bringing the palm in the middle of the finger, bringing the thumb in the middle of the palm, bringing our hands around, and then bringing our left hand around the wrists behind the body. Yes? So breathing in, rising up, twisting over to the right side, exhale out as much as you can go down. Hold and breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in, coming up. And then twisting over to the left side, coming down as much as possible. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in, coming up. And then as you exhale out, coming down forward. I might need to take as you exhale forward, coming down. Bowing down, bowing forward. When we bow forward, there is this bhav of vairagya, of letting go and letting Maa Ganga flow, letting the divine flow. Breathe. Come up. Exhale, release the hands. Bring the hands to heart center. Closing mantra. Mantras are very powerful sounds which allow us to change the very energies of our body. It's a sound that vibrates through the whole body. So the closing mantra, if you would just like to listen to it, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, you can repeat after me. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Aseto ma Sadegamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let us move from darkness to light. Let us move from falsehood to truth. Let us move from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Whenever you're ready, rub your palms. Bring it to your eyes. Jai Ganga. We'll see you back tomorrow, same time. In the meantime, Jai Ganga, much love, much peace from the banks of Ganga.